back, I have given a meetup presentation in Pune meetup, okay, for ServiceNow, and the topic for the discussion was decision builder, as you can see on the screen. So today I'll be just reiterating on that particular topic, okay, and we will see what exactly is decision builder and how exactly it works. So I will just skip my introduction over here because you know me pretty well, and we will simply jump for today's agenda. So in today's discussion, we'll be discussing on what are decisions, what is decision builder, journey of decision builder into ServiceNow, features of decision builder. Then we will look into the benefits for the same, and then we will jump onto the demo as quick as possible. So let's first try to understand, okay, what is decision? Okay, so in a generic term, a decision is a choice you make after weighing the pros and cons, or just randomly by flipping a coin when you can't make up your mind. Okay, this is a generic statement, and as you can see on my screen, this is copied from the Oxford. Okay, but when it comes to a technical perspective, so the decision is a combination of three entities. One is input, condition, and result. Okay, so based on the inputs which you have provided, okay, you will define certain conditions out. Okay, and based on the condition, you will come up to a result. Okay, for example, you are watching this video, right? It will have some inputs. Okay, based on your condition, whether it's a priority for your video, you want to learn something out, and all this. These are the conditions, right? And based on that, you will come to a result in that, okay, you want to see this video or not. So this is what we can call as decision in a simpler term. So then what is a decision builder? Okay, so the decision builder is a ServiceNow tool, okay, that allows to create decision tree to automate decision making in workflows. It involves defining conditions based on fields or variables and specifying actions to be taken when those conditions are met. It is used to improve the efficiency and streamline the process. Just to share one secret, okay, do you know the secret that the decision builder has its root back from Madrid? Okay, it has a root with the table, decision table, which is already present from Madrid release. Okay, but recently in San Diego release, ServiceNow has redefined the UI to make it easy to use for the developers. Just a note for everyone. Now moving on further, we'll look into the features of the decision builder. So what are the features of decision builder? The decision builder features allows you to create input, okay, that can be sourced from various sources, including existing record, external data, and hard-coded values. Okay, this versatility enables you to gather all of the necessary information to make informed decision within your workflow. So input creation is one thing, okay, where you can create input that can be sourced from existing record, external data, or a hardware value also, okay, hard-coded values also. The second thing is like decision rules creation and modification. Okay, you can create and modify decision rules to ensure that your workflow is running efficiently and accurately. You can change the order of evaluation criteria to optimize the result of the decision making process also. Now the next thing is like the next and the foremost thing, most important thing according to me, is like integration with ServiceNow tools. So decision builder can be integrated with other ServiceNow tools such as workflow and process automation to streamline your decision making process. So these are some of the features of the decision builder. Now let's look into the benefit for the same. So ServiceNow Decision Builder offers a range of benefits to organizations that use it to automate the decision making process. Some of the key benefits of the Decision Builder include increase in efficiency. By automating decision making process, you can streamline your workflow and reduce the time and effort required to make decisions. It also leads to improved accuracy. Automating decision making process can help reduce the risk of the error or emissions, okay, leading to more accurate and reliable outcomes. It also provides great agility. So with Decision Builder, you can easily modify your decision rules and evaluation criteria to adapt to changing business needs or circumstances. It doesn't require any coding knowledge also. And the last benefit which I can see in one is like enhanced visibility. So basically, Decision Builder provides a clear record of the input rule, okay, and criteria used to make decisions, which can help you to improve transparency and accountability for your decision builder thing. So now let's look into the demo. So for the demo perspective, I have created an application called parking allotment application, and as you can see on my screen, so how exactly it works. As I went to the meetup, right, I took the same criteria for my evaluation. So basically, when we went to the meetup, there are three kinds of users, right? One were the internal host users, okay, who were the part of the same organization where the event got hosted. Then we have VIP criteria, VIP, and then we have the people who are coming from external, means outside of that organization, right? Now every person can fall into three categories. Okay, either he owns a car and he's looking for car parking, he's looking for bike parking, or he doesn't have any parking. Okay, and the last criteria is like if he's a VIP, then he has a VIP parking. Okay, which is common for car and bikes. So based on all this criteria, we'll be allotting them the parking based on um what kind of person he is. Okay, is he owning bike, car? Is it an active user? He requires car, or all those kind of things. Okay, we will evaluate in the logic. So for this, let's jump into the instance first. Okay, so this is my ServiceNow development instance, and if I go over here, so I have created an application called parking, and it's meetup parking, and it consists of two tables. One is the parking and the participant table. So the parking table holds all the parking. So I have categorized it as VIP parking, internal car parking, internal bike parking, external car parking, external bike parking. And then we have another table called participant table. So basically what this particular table will do, okay, it will hold the information of what type of user he is, okay, whether it's an internal or external user, okay, whether the parking is required or not for that particular user, okay. Here you have to select the user itself and the vehicle type, okay. Based on these attributes, it will get a parking will get allotted to him, and we will also be providing some address to the parking, or we can call it as note, okay. So based on this particular criteria, this notes will get updated. Okay, so let's jump into the decision builder and let's start making a decision tree for the same. So for this we have to go to the module called decision builder. Okay, you can see under decision management there was a decision builder, and if you click on the same, this UI will pop up. Okay, this is the UI interface for making decision builder, and here you can see a button called create a new decision table. Okay, you have to just click on the same, and you have to provide a name. So I will give parking 2, okay, for this particular decision table. Application, I will keep it the same. Application scope, let's keep it the same, and I will just go and create and continue. Now this is the kind of UI you can see when you are creating this decision builder. Okay, the first and the foremost thing is like it's composed of three entities. Okay, one is the input, second is the condition, and based on the condition is the result, as you have seen when I was explaining the decision thing, right? So let's first define the inputs. So I will just go over here, and what you can do, you can define a record itself, reference to the record also. So I can give, as we are habitual to use this nomenclature, so I will use this current record. So your current record will be the reference record to the participant table, okay, to the participant table. So what I have to do, we have to select a type, and the type will be a reference. Here you can define a custom choice also, okay, or hard-coded values also. Anything is fine. And here you can define a table for which you want to reference. So for us it's meetup participant table. and we'll make it mandatory. Okay, so this is done. Now when you want to define a condition, right? So if you go away, you can add a different columns also. Okay, so we have already defined this as a reference record. Okay, now when you want to define conditions, right? So if I click on add conditions, or you can do it from here only. So I will add inputs. I will start adding inputs. Okay, the first input I want to add is like VIP or non-VIP user, and we will be deriving this entity from what we can say, from the current record only. So if I go over here and I will do VIP slash non-VIP, okay, and I will simply go over here, or you can simply start making it from here. So I can make it using reference, and from reference I can select the field which I want to address. So in participant we have an active flag, right? So what I did, from the current record I went into meter participant dot active. Okay, just dot work and done. Okay, so this record got added over here, and you can change the label also for the same. See, if you want to change it out, so I can give active user, okay, and done. So it will change the label for the same. In the similar way, you can keep on adding the fields. So let's add couple of fields. So one is the active user. The second input I want to add is VIP, non-VIP. So we'll go with the same. So I will give it a name called VIP, and not over here. I am going over here. Sorry. So you can simply keep on adding over here only. So first is active user added. The second one, you can simply click on over here, field. This is the second field. It's participant dot participant, and in participant we have a field called VIP, right? So VIP, and you can give the name as VIP. Done. So as you can see, the second field got added. In the similar way, I will add few more fields out. Okay. The third field I want to add is like user type, whether it's an external or internal user. So I will again go over here. It's a field again from the current record, and I will give it a name as type of user. Done. The fourth field is a vehicle type. So again, I will click over here, field, and here we can look for vehicle type. Type of user is the type of vehicle. Vehicle type at the bottom. Okay. So vehicle type done. Then what else? This was what? I just messed it out. VIP, this was user type, sorry. I can give it a user type. And here you can give vehicle type. Okay, what else is remaining? And the last one is the flag which we want to add, which is the parking required. So I will add one last one, which will be a true or false field, and it will be field, and we can give it as it will come at the bottom, parking required. Okay, so this is done. So as you can see, we have added this attributes: active user, VIP, user type, vehicle type, and the last one is parking required. Okay, now based on this inputs, okay, whatever we are deriving from the current record, we can define the results also, what results we want. So in result we are looking for, this is one of the advantage of Decision Builder, that it will not return only one result, you can return multiple results also. So in result I will be giving two things. Okay, one is like parking, because we want to allot the parking for the sale. I will give parking, and it will be a reference to parking table. And along with that, as we have seen, we have nodes, right? So I will give one more result. I will give it as nodes, and I will simply give it as string field, just to show you that it's not always a reference kind of thing. Okay, and I will make it 100 characters. Done. So now on the condition side, on the input side, we have active user, VIP user, user type, vehicle type, parking required, and it will throw the result as parking and nodes. Okay, let's go with one of the examples. If the user is active, okay, and the user is VIP user, and if the user type is external, and vehicle type is car, so you can see how robust it is, and parking required is true, then only will be providing, right? Then we have to allot him the parking, as it is a VIP, so we will be giving him a VIP parking, and with the note, okay, you have allotted to VIP parking. Okay, forget about the typo. Okay. In the similar way, you can keep on adding the decision levels. Okay, let me add one more thing, that if a user is active and if he is not a VIP, if the user type is internal this time, and he owns bike, okay, and he requires parking, then we'll be allotting him internal bike parking, okay, and we can give you got internal bike parking, and you can keep on adding this kind of conditions. Okay, you can add n number of conditions. So just to save some time, I have already created one decision tree, okay, for the same use case, okay, and we'll jump onto the same so that I can show you all kind of conditions. See, if I go over here, on the ServiceNow screen. And if I go to all again, it's taking some time. Let's just wait for it to get refreshed. Come on. Okay, if I go to all and if I type Decision Builder now, so in Decision Builder, now as I told, I have already created one decision matrix which is called parking decision matrix. The same matrix which I was explaining earlier, and as you can see, I have defined all the conditions as VIP, user type, vehicle type and all, and it has all the parking allocated. Where parking is not required, I made it blank because there will be no parking if we don't want to enforce the parking on it, on the user if they don't want the parking. Now let's see how we can implement the same, use the same on the Flow Designer. Okay, so let's jump onto the Flow Designer, and so now what we want, whenever a record gets inserted or updated, okay, this parking allocation should happen. Okay, so we'll jump onto the new flow. Okay, new flow, and in the flow I will give it a name as parking 2. I will give everything as is for now. And over here, the first and foremost thing what we have to do is we have to define the trigger condition for the same. So I will skip this out. And we'll go to trigger condition. And I will give when created or updated. Select the table. So we will select the table as participant table. So I will give it as meetup participant. Okay, I will not change anything on it. I will make it done. So we have defined the trigger condition for flow. Now we'll go to the actions, and what I want to do is first and the foremost thing, when the record gets created, I first want to update the record. Okay, so we'll go to the flow logic, and inside flow logic you have make a decision action. Okay, so just select this action out. Now you can select which decision tree you want to call. Okay, so we have created one called parking matrix, so we will select that one, parking decision matrix. I will give it a name also. You can give any name over here, and you can give it as the flow designer is pretty slow for me. Okay, so can I type Motilla because it's loading all the branches. I will show you the use case for that also. So till then I will explain this out. So a lot of times this will be the case that based on every decision condition you want to articulate or you want to execute some different logic. So for that, this is the case. Okay, so as you can see, for every case you have a separate node and you can keep adding your validation or execute any kind of logic, different logic for each activity. So this comes into existence when you have this use branch checked as yes. If you want to execute a generic logic for all the conditions out, okay, like in our example, we just want to update the record, right, with the information we are getting out of the decision matrix. Then you can simply uncheck it out, and what it will do, it will delete. It asks you in a pop-up, do you want to delete all the branches? You said delete. It will delete all the branches, and then you will have a common branch for all the things out. So I'm trying to give the name over here. Let's just keep it as is. Okay, and I will click on done and select record. Will just provide the record also because it requires an input, right? So I will go to the meetup record and I will drop it over here. I can select from here also. Yeah, it got selected. I'll make it done. It's pretty slow for me. And now you can simply execute your logic. So as you can see, the output which you have given from there will come into the result records. Okay, and you can see notes and the parking. Parking is a reference ID. Now you can use this information to evaluate any kind of logic. So I will simply update the record. So I have clicked on action, and over here we have update record. Non-responsive page. Okay, update record, and I will pull the same record in. Okay, so the record which we have from table. Okay, and what we have to do, we have to just set the field values. So I will set only two values over here. One is parking, so it's allotted parking. And the second one is so allotted parking. I can take it from the results. Pretty damn slow for me.